the book of Boba Fett, which premiered this past Wednesday. No more Friday drops, at least for right now, for Disney Plus Star Wars shows. It's
Yeah.
back to the Wednesdays, just like the MCU. What do you think
It,
about that?
yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I like stuff in the middle of the week. There's less stuff in the middle of the week. Take it over,
Mhm.
Own Wednesday the way HBO owns Sunday night. It's not
Yeah.
a bad call. Uh, Disney did not waste any time. Hawkeye finale next week. Here's Boba Fett. No breaks. And I bet after
uh,
Boba Fett ends, we're getting Miss Marvel or something from Marvel side of things.
I'm sure.
they're gonna flood the zone. But yeah, I like the
Absolutely.
Wednesday call, no question.
Yeah, I do too. And we knew this was coming. Teaser at the end of Mandalorian season 2. Tamir Morrison and Ming-Na Wen playing Fennec Shand. Obviously, Tamir Morrison is Boba Fett. Dave, just like, where were you at going into this? Were you excited for this? Was this something you wanted? Something you had even considered prior to the teaser?
Hmm.
Boba Fett, where are you at?
Yeah, well, it's ultimately the culmination of a lot of things that had not been fulfilled. Lest we forget the Josh Trank Boba Fett spin-off film that died on the vine because Josh Trank and also Lucasfilm, you know. Uh, but I'm sure this had to be on the mind of many as soon as we actually saw Boba Fett in the flesh, removed from the Sarlacc pit, in fact alive. Once we saw that in Mandalorian season 2, this was definitely on the table. I really liked how they showed it to us at the end of Mandalorian season 2 as a stinger scene, and they had not announced it like the week before at that Disney Investor Day at the end of 2020. I thought it was a really cool way to introduce this show as like a spin-off of the Mandalorian while we wait for the next proper Mandalorian season. Uh, that being said, I think from a storytelling perspective, it's probably not going to be as ambitious and probably as interesting as something like The Mandalorian or even maybe Kenobi. I don't know. But you're finally seeing Boba Fett be a protagonist, something that has only been done even briefly in comic form. Boba Fett is someone who got so popular and so famous because he looked fucking cool with his armor, not because he had anything to say. He has 4 lines and 6.5 minutes of screen time in the original trilogy. Boba Fett is truly a cipher, and that is no more. Tamur Morrison reprising his role, obviously, with Mandalorian season 2, Jango Fett, the clones, now Boba Fett. Here he is. So I don't think there's like I wouldn't say there's a lot riding on it. I really wouldn't because it's just Boba Fett. He's
Yeah.
we I think we got it. Like there's nothing to learn. There's nothing to get. It's just kind of having fun seeing Boba Fett be Boba Fett. I think.
Yeah, just a mini series telling I think a small story. It's supposed to be 7 episodes, I believe, seven
That's
or
right.
eight. So it's not going to be. It doesn't seem like it's going to be something that's ongoing. I think there's a piece of this story that will most likely be continued in other stories moving forward, at least written in, and that's Fennec Shand. Just seems like a character that is gaining a lot of traction, a lot of
Right.
fan love so far.
Was in the Bad Batch earlier this year or 2021.
So definitely going to be seeing more of her. But what do you think of just this premiere in general? Did you like it? Were you
Yeah.
pleased with what we got?
Yeah, I liked it. Again, I don't have like high demands for the show though.
Mhm.
Like seeing Boba Fett burst out of the Sarlacc pit, something people have thought about for decades. Cool to see it manifest. Got to be honest.
Patton Oswalt called this on an episode of Parks and Rec. Pretty
He
great
did.
clip. Look that up.
He did. Yes, that's being widely circulated. And I am quite interested in seeing him with the Tuskens. Notably, when we see him revealed at the end of Mandalorian season 2, episode 1, armorless Boba wielding a gaffy stick, suggesting that he has been accepted in some manner into Tusken culture. I like the nod we got in the premiere of season 2 to Tusken culture as well. So just kind of seeing Boba Fett interact with the Tusken Raiders, I think, is going to be pretty cool. And the present day timeline taking over Jabba and Bib's criminal enterprise I think that probably has more potential as for fans of Star Wars lore, for people looking for those Easter eggs and references, because I think we could maybe see a Crimson Dawn Kira reference a la Solo, or even something even more hardcore like Prince Xizor and Black Sun and stuff from Shadows of the Empire. So, we're not going to get anything groundbreaking, but yeah, again, for the lore heads, I think that there'll be some fun stuff to be with. On the other hand, it's more time on Tatooine. I think we know Tatooine for the most part at this point.
Hate sand, Dave. Just hate it.
Gets
Um,
everywhere.
I was a lot less interested in the stuff with the Tusken Raiders than I was with seeing him and Fennec walking around, meeting the different people on Tatooine, interacting with them, kind of seeing what the setup is going to be. Um, I think, I guess what I'm hoping is that the Tusken Raider stuff is uh, less and less as we go forward, and that
Mm.
storyline gets resolved, and we're more in the present. Because I think the criminal enterprise of it all is much more interesting to me, and seeing how those like relationships interplay seems like stuff with the mayor of that city on Tatooine. I'm forgetting the
Yeah.
name of it.
Mos Espa, brother.
Yes, Masa Espa
That's
is gonna
Watto's hometown. I wonder if we're gonna see old Watto.
Watto. It seems like that's going to be something that we're, spending some time with, or that's
Mm.
going to be a main point of contention. But yeah, I think the scene that probably stood out most to me, outside of them just sitting in Jabba's palace and having people come and offer them gifts, was uh Ming-Na Wen just fucking that chase scene with
Mm.
the assassins was just awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Fennec as a character just continues to grow in this story. It feels like the most exciting thread that will have a lasting effect from this mini series for me. But anything else that you're excited for or expect to see?
Yeah, it'd be cool to see Crimson Dawn. It'd be less cool if you're not seeing Amelia Clark's Kira, though, I suppose. In a sense, this show is set up for a long runway, because the present day timeline, you're looking at 5 years after Return of the Jedi, meaning you have 25 years till Force Awakens. It's a lot of time to do criminal underworld stuff, and it doesn't seem like Boba's going to be bounty hunting all that much anymore. But I think that side of Star Wars has long been something underexplored: the underworld, the smugglers, the bounty hunters, the scum and villainy of it all. That it's a little grimier and darker, and thus probably not as appealing to Lucasfilm to make. But if they went there, you know, it would be cool. It is nice to see a mainstream property led by two older actors. Timur Morrison's 60, Ming-Na Wen is 58, and they are our two
Really,
leads
she's
here.
that old?
She is, yeah, still crushing it. Uh, and actually, another thing I think is exciting: the Book of Boba Fett trailer only features material from episode 1 of the show. So
Love that.
sounds like they're going to be hiding some stuff. And in general, just that unknown is cool. Robert Rodriguez, co-showrunner, following some directing he did on season 2. Um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. This was filmed pandemic, end of 2020, but because they film with the stagecraft technology in Manhattan Beach, they can nail it. So I don't again I don't think it's going to be anything too groundbreaking, but I just think it'll be fun, and I think this is something I find more uh, fulfilling, even if it's lower stakes, than something like Hawkeye, which I just feel way less invested in. So I guess it depends what you want.
Certainly, we'll be talking about the Book of Boba Fett when we wrap up the season.